Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Washington Nationals March to October here on Season 2. And we're getting things kicked off right away today with a player lock with Luis Garcia, Mr. Clutch himself. He's already having a pretty solid season. I mean, batting right around 300 there. And we all know by now, if you're familiar with March to October, that these player lock games are really important. If you get any sort of boost, even if it's just a 1+, it just massively elevates how the dude's going to play for the rest of the year. So we got to get something going with Luis Garcia here. Batting second, we already have the leadoff runner on. Oh, and they made me swing at that. They didn't... I mean, I don't know why I was even pressing X to begin with, but you couldn't let me hold up on a pitch that hit me. Come on. That's a terrible way to start. And then a hanging curve, I don't get enough. I'm about to blow it again. That was what I did all last season, is any hitter player locks, I blew. Just did terrible in them. There were a few here and there that I didn't, but most of the time I wasn't doing anything. Here we go, though. A runner on second. That's where Mr. Clutch comes into play here. Get to that gap. Nobody's catching that, guys. Run. I told you, and nobody... Okay, it went over the wall anyway. That, honestly, right there could give us at least a plus. An RBI double. I told you as long as there's a runner on second, he'd do something. This is a big game to just, like, win also, with how slow of a start we're off to. You saw loading in. We had a record of 3-10. So every game is big. And Meneses just drove in the go-ahead run there. All right, and the game's still tied. We have a runner in scoring position again. Lefty on the mound, but who cares? We got 88 Clutch. And that was probably the pitch if I would have waited back. There we go. Get on. Oh, we're not going to get on. Man, that was hit really hard to not do something. We do have the lead, though, and we get a 5th at bat here in the 8th inning. That same pitcher's still on the mound, though, and nobody on second. So it's just the normal contact rating for this at bat. Oh, my God. He slide stepped on a 3-2 count and dropped in a perfect curve. You can't do that. And that does it. I mean, we picked up the win. I'm just a little worried that a 1-for-5 isn't going to do the job here. Okay, it did. I could have done so much better, I feel like. I mean, we had that hanging curve in, the second at bat? Got plenty of pitches to hit, but you know what? We'll take the 1+. At least we did something, and we won the game. So we're turning things around on the season here. And in the 1+ there for Luis Garcia, that should actually have a pretty decent impact for him. So we also get one flame ball of momentum, so we get to see how that's going to affect us going forward. I want to get back to 500 as soon as we can, obviously. And all right, we have Marty Jarvis fully scouted, and he went down even more on our rankings. So he's 100% scouted. That potential range is between 72 and 87, so probably gonna fall right in the middle there around 79, 80. That's not amazing. Overall, he'll probably start. I mean, that's actually not a bad starting overall. If he falls in the middle there, he'll be like right around a 70. That would not be a bad place to start, especially at only 18 years old. Really good against lefties already. Wow, actually, hang on a second. This guy could be a decent pick. This is definitely got to keep in mind here. Apparently, we discovered 4 new prospects. So either Benji woke up or there was actually prospects to scout from the Central. I think it's all the non-closing pitchers on this screen because we had the other guys scouting closers. Nobody really notable. Like, nobody here that he discovered really seems all that great. So I don't know. Is discovery just like meaningless? Does it not matter at all? All right, I'm going to leave Thomas Patton scouting the same closing pitchers, and then we're going to have our discovery guy discovering international prospects, and then the next first baseman to scout is my other favorite name here, Rod Sargent. That's just a good name. So what do we got here? We beat Detroit in the series, and we're probably about to see a trade pop up here pretty soon, because that's usually what happens after it prompts you to deal with this screen. But we've already dealt with this screen, so let's see here. What are we going to do against the Dodgers? We won that series too. Okay. I mean, as long as we're winning series, we don't necessarily need to go on winning streaks. We just need to build it back up. Got a game here against the Rangers with no momentum, so we got to win to build that back. We're already winning, so we can't get a ton, but we're up to 7-12, slowly but surely working our way back, and that's Good to see. Luis Garcia's numbers have dropped significantly since our player lock, even though we got a plus with him. Meneses, though, went on an absolute tear in that last simulation. I remember looking at this before I started recording his stats. He had a 333 average with only 1 homer. Man, and Jesse Winker is doing amazing too. 429 on base, 358 average with a couple bombs. Man, and Tony Kemp batting 500, 7 for 14. That's out of nowhere. All right, well, let's get into this game against Texas here. We got 3 innings to hold the lead. Mantiply's already on the mound here. Mackenzie Gore got the start. He did okay. I mean, 8 hits and 3 walks isn't good in 6 innings, but only the 3 runs allowed. Winker and Meneses both hit a homer. So does that mean Meneses is up to 9 now? It does. He is going crazy. All right, back-to-back lefties coming up, though, so this is a good spot for Mantiply. That Matt Chapman, are you kidding me? You're Matt Chapman. That's a double play. Of all the balls to boot, that's not the one you want. Come on, man. That gets us 2 outs right away, and then we only have to face Seager, and then we could only face lefties with Mantiply, but you blew it. That was the easiest double play, too. It was hard hit. Not a fast runner. This could be 2, though. That's how you do it, Chapman. Take notes from Meneses. The 40-whatever fielding guy turns the double play. All right, well, I might be lucky to have escaped that inning with the lead here, so let's try and build on that. Kiermaier against a lefty, I'm not even worried. Actually, I kind of want to drop down a bunt, but I don't know if he's a good bunter. He's an okay bunter, not a great bunter, it seems. But the fielder is back. The third baseman's back. I'm going to try and lay one down. Okay, or don't. And I'm out in front of the circle change. Nice. Man, I don't really think about the lineup construction that well, do I? Because that spot here coming up is Kiermaier, Abrams, Garcia, 3 lefties in a row. So yeah, obviously you're going to bring in a lefty to face this part of the order. And even with 45 contact, 34 power, that is a pitch you should destroy. That one too, are you kidding me? I was under both of them? Break more. I don't know, guys. Is it just me, or is there kind of like a weird feeling around these games since the start of Season 2? I don't really know how to describe it, but something just feels off. And yeah, I mean, there's an example of it. The pitch ending up right down the middle, and we're giving up a leadoff base runner. Come on, man. We got him down 0-2. On 2 swings at pitches way out of the zone, and now he's working the count back on pitches that were as close as those were. There we go. Sit down. Bobby Dahlbeck, look at those numbers. That's going to make him tougher to trade for. Oh, don't run on Ruiz. We've learned this. And there's another hit. Good thing that Ruiz threw him out. There we go. Another grounder. Rosario's going to make that play, actually. It's another inning that I might be kind of lucky we didn't give up a run in, but we just have one more. Kenley's got to close it. That is another swing here where I have had the timing just absolutely perfect, but I just miss. Wow, and then that was 2 that at bat, right down the middle, hanging sliders, and I was just too amped up and out in front of. And then, dude, I don't understand here. This whole season so far, I really have not put it together at the plate. Aside from a couple solid swings here and there that do something, I'm just not getting it going. Our hitting got so much better in the offseason. We got so many guys with just better hitting all around, and I'm hitting worse. I need my 40 contact, 50 power Dom Smith back, which actually, that reminds me, somebody said in the comments of the last episode that they thought Dom Smith might have just retired and that's why he wasn't there, but I actually found him. He's on the Marlins. So my guess is somehow on the back end, in something that we had no control over, Dom Smith was like non-tendered, because we had 1 more year of him being arbitration eligible. So I'm guessing for whatever reason the game just non-tendered him, and then since he wasn't like a free agent or however that works, I never got the chance to see him there and sign him back. And Meneses, buddy, you looked so coordinated turning that double play earlier, and then there you just reached to the wrong spot. What was that? And that's going to tie the game. All right, that's a good outing from Kenley. Another save blown for him. He's having a rough season. It took 2 swings. There we go. Nice strike out there on that slider. Just got to get out of this inning now with no more damage done. There's this. He's plenty in there. There we go. All right, I was going to say, that cutter inside the lefties. We could just rely on that last season and, like, not even have to think twice about it. There we go. That was not where I wanted it to end up, but Kiermaier's going to get to it, and now we got to swing the bats. I have to do it here. We can't just coast by on the lead we already had. We've got Ahmed Rosario leading off. It looks like they're going to stay with the same pitcher. Get down. That was such a good swing. Another one. That time I didn't do anything wrong. What more am I going to do with that pitch? Oh! Keibert Ruiz out of nowhere. The perfect to center field to send him home. All right, we still have some swings in our bats. Honestly, when Kenley blew it, I was like, okay, it's just a matter of what inning we're going to lose in now. But Ruiz took care of it. And you know what? Maybe all we did there was just kind of finesse ourselves an extra momentum fireball, because we should get an extra one for winning by a walk-off. Yeah, we do get a walk-off win bonus. I'm sure that first one lies to me, though, so we're only going to get 3 total. But that's better than 2 total. And yep, I was right. It did lie, but we got a pretty big fireball now after that. We can get back to 500 here pretty quick, even though I'm not playing that great. That was already a week. All right, well, man, Rod Sargent also went down in our estimation of him after the first round of scouting. I mean, we'll stick with it. We'll scout him another week, but he's first baseman, man. Some of these closing pitchers look pretty good a third into their scouting, though. I mean, we have this Ben Ramos guy all the way up to the 1 spot here. We still have a lot of scouting to go, and I'm sure that's going to change, but kind of unexpected. And this guy, ranked 24. I kind of, though, if I'm being honest, when it comes to the bullpen to draft, I kind of want somebody more like this, but better to start. Somebody who's already in their 20s and not a complete development project, but also they're going to come out of the gates pretty good. Like Michael Hinojo was, or like the guy I was trying to get last year. I think his name was Fernando Rivera. He was 23, already like a 70-something overall. All right, this seems like a decent discovery. So they're not all useless. All right, well, I actually want to leave. I just want to see one time as an experiment if there's like more people to discover, and you shouldn't just switch after one. I'm gonna keep actually every assignment the way it is as we move to the next week, and I want to see a trade pop up here soon. I feel like that'd be exciting. We swept Texas. Now we're on to Atlanta, and it looks like we're gonna play here. So no trade yet. We got to win to keep the streak alive. We are 1 game under 500. If I win this game today, we get back even. So let's do it. Let's build on that momentum from Keibert Ruiz walking it off. We got another home game. It's tied here in the late innings against the top team in the division. Oh, and man, I just happened to notice Strasburg. He's striking everybody out. Crazy strikeout numbers, but the regression is starting to hit him fast. He's already down to an 80. And I don't know, I might have to start keeping an eye on things here too, because Abrams, we're getting pretty far in here, and he's struggling. 203 batting average with a 272 on base. Can't really have that out of the leadoff guy. But all right, the Braves game here. Let's get into it. We got a shut down a bit of a rally here. They've got 2 runners on. I think it was only 1 out. It looked like Adone was still on the mound, so we probably are going to want to make a change right away. Yeah, he's down into the yellow, so we can call it for him. Sandlin's ready to go. Do we trust him? His ERA is up to an 11.3. I guess we could get anybody up that we wanted to. I trust Frost a little bit more right now. So let's see about getting Scott into this game here with 2 on. Close him down here. Don't let anything happen. Nice little 1-pitch double play would be very ideal. Or let's strike out Acuna. That works for me also. He took everything until the pitch that was out of the zone, and that's what he swung at. And then Austin Riley down swinging too. Man, Frost. He is the one guy who's carried it over from last year. I mean, he's probably going to end up being our new closer once I decide Kenley can't do it anymore, which could be soon. Oh, God, dude, there's something wrong with me right now. That is a pitch to destroy on 3-1. All right, we'll take that. We'll take a Matt Chapman walk. Oh, that is not the pitch I expected. How did that completely fool me? I was so far behind that, and that was right down the middle. All right, well, we got Abrams up, who's 2 for 3, so he must have heard what I was thinking of and decided to turn it on. Is that not gonna get down? Turn on that, dude. Could you imagine if I was around on that instead of going the other way? Abrams would have gone deep. Okay, and actually Tony Kemp's up. I'm fine with this. 8 for 17 for him off the bench this season. I want to swing the bat with him. And that was a pitch that this dude liked to throw. Literally that changeup in the middle of the zone, but with how slow it was, it fooled me. I really should have gotten something going that inning. That was pretty bad to do nothing with the pitches I saw. Do I just stick with Efros here for the 8th? I mean, he has plenty of energy left. Yeah, why not? I trust him right now. Okay, Scott challenged him, and I almost paid the price. Man, they're not making it easy this inning. They keep fouling it off. Give him the swing, maybe? Thank you. All right, I didn't think they would. Oh, not where you want to throw that, but hey, Tony Kemp is there. That's a good outing for Efros. God, how do I miss that? I know I waited back. I was under it. I didn't hit that hard. I guess that makes sense that he snagged it. Does it seem like, especially it's always on off-speed pitches low and away, but the PCI on the display and the actual PCI you see are just different. Like, the one on the display is so much smaller. You think you make a good swing, and then it turns out you're not even on it because the PCI is literally the size of a pea. And I don't know what I'm looking at there. That's an interesting take. And I'm under it. If I'm on it, that's the lead, but I'm under it, just like usual today. All right, well, now that it's no longer the possibility of ever being a save situation, and Jordan Hicks actually has energy for once, we're going to use him for the rest of this one, actually. Why not? Take advantage of that 65 stamina rating. Let's maybe save the bullpen here if we have to go deep into extras. He's been pretty good this year, actually. I think it said he had like a 2.53 ERA. He's gotten a lot of innings, especially at the beginning, because, you know, we had so much trouble, especially with our starting pitching, that he was getting into games quite frequently. There we go. Sit him down in the dirt with that slider. You know, that's another thing for something to keep in mind if we get the chance to trade Strasburg. If we don't get a starting pitcher back or something just doesn't work out, Jordan Hicks could probably step into the rotation and do fine. Like 65 stamina, you can start with that. The only thing that makes me hesitant about that thought is thinking back to last year's White Sox March to October. Kopech, as a starter, had around a 65 stamina rating. And what the game seemed to do is he would pitch really good for like the first 4 or 5 innings, but then they just leave him in once he was out of energy, and his numbers ended up looking really bad because he would just pitch with no energy. So as long as the game would like know to take Jordan Hicks out, he could probably give a good 4 or 5 inning start every time with his stamina. And there we go, a perfect sinker on a 3-2 count. That's a good inning from Hicks. Now let's walk it off again. Let's not even wait till extras. K-Bear Ruiz is coming up second again. Same exact situation. Oh, Rosario, come on. I thought that was to the gap off the bat, and that didn't even make it over the shortstop? Are my eyes working? That doesn't even matter. Ruiz is back up again. We're going to see a hanging slider or hanging cutter, and he's going to end it. Oh my God, that was it. I called everything besides the end of the game right. I'm on that. That's it. Look at that pitch. That caught so much of the plate. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. There's just no excuse for missing that. Why is Colin McHugh the nastiest pitcher right now? All right, well, we are going to extras then. Jordan Hicks, you gotta shut it down here. Oh my God, swing, dude. So many good pitches, and he draws the walk. I mean, I guess that's just what happens with Jordan Hicks. When you got that big of a par and that low walks per 9, you're gonna lose some hitters, and you're gonna throw some sinkers right over the middle of the plate like that. Lucky Acuna didn't swing. Okay, come on. This is getting ridiculous now. That was a 2% or a 2-degree miss, and they called that a yellow? Oh my God, Jordan Hicks, buddy. You're lucky your stuff is nasty, because that was right down the middle. That's going to be a double play. I didn't deserve that. That was really a rough inning when it comes to Jordan Hicks's control, but we get out of it without allowing a run. Let's bring him around. Let's win this cheaply. I mean, if you keep the game tied heading into the bottom of an extra inning, you gotta bunt that runner over. Especially with it being Kiermaier coming up. Yeah, this is a perfect spot for that. Just lay it down, make the third baseman get it, and you easily move up to third. Now we just need a deep fly ball. We got Abrams up against a righty, and if that fails, we got Mr. Clutch. And I whiffed. I'm going to blow this. No, I'm not, because it's Luis. Oh, no, it's not. It's Tony Kemp. No, it's not. It's Luis Garcia. I'm sorry, man. You don't get a full off day when Mr. Clutch needs to do Mr. Clutch things. And I didn't make a good swing on it. I don't need to swing at that on the first pitch. That should have been the easiest walk-off win with who I had coming up and a runner on third. All right, well, Hicks, do you have another inning of shutdown pitching in you? Oh, man, Abrams, buddy, don't scare me like that. Oh, he's going to move up to third? He is going to move up to third. I wonder if a perfect throw from Rosario gets him. Okay, yeah, you deserve... Oh, wait, we're not going to get him. Wow, he really changed directions and got back. There we go. That is a much better inning from Jordan Hicks. That's impressive, too. In 2 straight extra innings, you keep nobody from scoring. I phrased that wrong. You kept everybody from scoring. You let nobody score. Meneses. How about you end it? Meneses isn't a guy you bunt with to move the runner over. Meneses is the guy you end games with. And he's going to end the game. First pitch all over the splitter, puts it in the gap. And there we go. MVP of this game is Jordan Hicks for giving us 3 scoreless innings out of the bullpen and 2 scoreless extra innings. And it feels nice to actually come through with a guy like Meneses. Well, I don't know. That one being tied, they might actually be telling me the truth here. But either way, we moved back to 500. We righted the ship immediately. Drop your first 8, 3 and 10 to start this episode, but we have already rebounded. And we're probably going to go positive here in this next set of simulations already with positive momentum. And we're just adding to that, and I was right, it did give me all 4. That's a good looking fireball there. I think we can keep this winning streak going for a while. There, oh, okay, so there's the loss right after I said we're gonna keep it going for a while. And I swear these weeks are going by so fast in the scouting. All right, and our discovery guy didn't discover any new, so I guess when you do 1 week of discovering a certain group, you just move on. All right, well, I think the East then is the only spot left we haven't scouted to discover new infielders. We're going to leave Patton scouting the same closing pitchers, and now we have Cody Sable scouting just first baseman in general from the Central region. Gotta find somebody to draft. I don't know, I feel like this year so far of scouting is not going as well as last year was. I feel like last year all I was doing was discovering people, well, not necessarily discovering, but finding people that would be good draft picks. Oh my god, for real? A call-up opportunity for Yasmani Grandal? I guess actually what Grandal could do is be that backup first baseman, though. I just don't know if it's worth that with knowing that he's gonna go down so quick. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it, because it doesn't really seem like Joey Meneses has been negatively impacted yet by having to play first base every day. So I'm not really looking to change that. So we will keep Grandal down in the minors. And I guess we're gonna have a game anyway here to pin a loss on a division rival. We are 15 and 14, 1 game over 500. We've turned things around here already. But that is where we are going to go ahead and end this episode. A good day's work today. So guys, as always, make sure if you enjoyed today's episode, you hit that like button for me. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. But thanks for watching today, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.